Alrighty, are we live? Let's see here. We should be at least. Huh. Hopefully. Looks like it. Yep, looks like it. Not sure how many people are going to be here, but today we are going to be starting off the first live chat. This is new for me. Never done it before. But today we're going to be discussing the announcements that was made over at Hall H today regarding the MCU's phase for the end of phase 4 through phase 6. Uh Read a little bit about it, so we're going to take a deep dive. Like I said, not sure how many people are actually going to show up, so we're just going to go on like everything is normal. So, per deadline, a lot of people are going to refer this now as the reliable source when they want to be. Uh, Marvel took the stage tonight. They had about an hour presentation, I think. I was going to do one earlier, but I reacted to a trailer for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and so quick just to get my thoughts out of the way for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. That reaction is going to go up probably tomorrow or later this evening. But I absolutely loved it. It was a lot of fun. It was eventful. It was tearful. I cried. It was hard because uh, Chadwick Boseman is one of my favorite actors, and I'm going to say this in my reaction for it. But it was about a couple of hours after I watched Draft Day, is when I found out the news. A couple of hours after I've watched Draft Day, um, is when I found out the news, and I was really heartbroken when they said that they were going to recast the uh, Black Panther role. So that was disappointing. But today we're going to be, but I'll just leave my thoughts for Black Panther for Wakanda Forever for that reaction. But today we're going to be talking about the phase 4 through 6. I was going to do a separate video, but I decided uh, to just do a live stream just so we can get this out of the way and get your thoughts on what you thought about this news. So, per deadline, my bad, hold up. Per deadline, they say that apparently Wakanda Forever is going to be the end of phase 6. Phase 4. It's going to be the end of phase 4. Everybody assumed that this phase was going to end with Fantastic Four. It doesn't seem that way. So that was pretty interesting to hear. And if Wakanda Forever is the one to end phase 4, it's going to be a tearful goodbye for phase 4. Still excited about Wakanda Forever, even though I'm going to be bawling my eyes out. But November 11th is when phase 4 ends, and that's going to be very interesting because I know a lot of people probably wanted Fantastic Four to end phase 4 so they could call it Fantastic Phase 4. Doesn't look that way. It looks like we're going to be going a different direction because apparently, beginning in February 17th is when February 17th is when Phase 5 kicks off with Ant-Man Quantumanium. Originally, it was going to be the Marvels, but those two switched spots. They got a first look, a sneak peek. So I'm really excited to see that film. I love the Ant-Man films. I enjoyed the first one and the second one. And I'm really excited to see what we got going on. Jonathan Majors is going to be coming back to reprise his role as Kang. So that's going to be very interesting. And I think the one thing that is very interesting about the news that came out of Hall H is the fact that Phase 5 is going to begin with Ant-Man. Very interesting, but I'm really excited to see what they got in store for us. And then in May, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Really excited about that one. Very curious about it. We got Adam Warlock coming in. Will Poulter as Adam Warlock. That's going to be very interesting. I know it was teased at the end of Guardians Volume 2 in one of the 58,000 post-credit scenes that they had. So that's going to be very, very, very interesting to see. And then Kamala Khan returns in the Marvels with Carol Danvers and forgetting her name. Rambo. Monica Rambo. Right? Monica Rambo? Yeah. Yeah. Monica Rambo. Let's go with Monica Rambo. Monica Rambo in the Marvels. Interested to see what Nia DaCosta is going to do with that film. Mostly because I wasn't that big of a fan of whatchamacallit, of Candyman, the 2021 Candyman, the one that was just released last year. Wasn't a big fan of it. I liked it, but it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. But I'm still interested to see what she's going to do um in the Marvels. That's going to be very interesting. That one is slated for July 28th. So we're about a year and 6 days away from the Marvels. Very interested to see what we got with that. And then we got Secret Invasion coming in on Disney Plus in spring of 2023 with Echo and Loki season 2 coming in that summer. So next year is going to be a big time for Disney Plus. We got Secret Invasion, Echo, and Loki. That's going to be interesting. I wasn't a big fan of Loki season 1. Um, I like parts of it, but overall, as the show kept going, I wasn't a big. I was kind of let down. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to enjoy it. So we got that. Echo really didn't have much to do in Daredevil in Hawkeye, not Daredevil. Uh, but Vincent D'Onofrio is coming back as Kingpin in Echo. So that's going to be very interesting. Hopefully they are able to do something better with Echo. Uh, just wasn't a big fan of what they did with her in Hawkeye. It was a big letdown. I'm not sure if that's going to boost the confidence for a lot of people, but we have that coming next year in summer. So I'm assuming uh, June is going to be Echo, and then I think that one is 6 episodes, and then I think Loki 2 season 2 is going to be 6 episodes. So if I'm correct, and I know I will not be, uh, June is going to be Echo, and August will be Loki season 2. That's my prediction. That's what I'm going for, and then Secret Invasion is probably going to be March 2023, roughly around the same time as Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So that's going to be very, very interesting to see. Now, the big thing that we all wanted to know: Captain America. Sam Wilson is coming back as Cap, and probably not Falcon. In Captain America: New World Order in theaters May 3rd, 2024. That's going to be very interesting to see. This is going to be the first time we see Sam Wilson fully as Captain America for like a long period of time, not just for like 30, 40 minutes, for 20 or 30 minutes. I'm not sure how long he was Captain America for, but more than just the ending of Falcon and Winter Soldier, now titled Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I'm not sure if Bucky is going to come back. I'm assuming he is. They're probably going to get Old Man Cap in here to guide Sam, maybe. That's going to be interesting to see. Glad to see a new Captain America in theaters almost a decade after the last Captain America movie. So I'm really interested to see what shit forgot already. Uh Sam Wilson. Anthony Mackie is going to be doing in Captain America New World Order. That's going to be very, very, very interesting to see. And then following that up, we got Ironheart as an original series. Okay, there it is. Yeah, okay. So Ironheart is and series is going to be on Disney Plus in fall of 2023. At first, when I read it, I thought it was going to be a movie. I did not see that it was an original series because at first, when I thought that I saw that it was a movie, that's when I started like getting curious as to if they had changed their plans. But Ironheart is still a series. That one's going to be eyeing a fall of 2023, so I assume it's going to be probably in October. Yeah, in October, leading us into Agatha dropping on Disney Plus in the winter of 2023, 2024. So roughly around the same time as WandaVision. So December or late December or early January. Uh, Sorry, my bad. That's going to be leading into. That's going to be lost my train of thought there. Uh, Agatha in late 2023, 2024. So December, January 2023, 2024. That's going to be very, very, very interesting to see. I really enjoyed Catherine Hahn as Agatha. So seeing what she's going to be up to in the series, not sure if it's going to be a prequel to when she was in her witches days, back in the Coven days, but that's going to be interesting to see. Ironheart, very interesting to see as well. I think that's Riri Williams' show. So that's going to be interesting to see. Curious to see how big of a role she's going to be playing in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I believe that's where she's making her first appearance. But I'm really curious to see where where that show is going to lead us. Really curious. I'm not a big comic book reader, so I don't know anything about any of the Marvel DC stuff. I'm just going based off on what they show us in movies and TV shows. So Ironheart and Agatha, looking at fall 2023 and winter 2023 and 2024. That's going to be very, very interesting to see. And then the big news that everybody is curious to see uh, is Daredevil coming back this time on Disney Plus. I'm not sure uh, what they're going to do with Daredevil. It's going to be titled Daredevil Born Again, looking at spring 2024. So I'd say roughly around April, mid-April. Um, was not big fan. I think I said this when I talked about Echo. Not too sure, but yeah, wasn't big fan of Vinny D as Kingpin in the Hawkeye series. It looked like a watered down version of that Kingpin. I'm not sure if they're going to go very hard with the Daredevil series because it doesn't seem that way. But seeing how we got Logan and the Deadpool movies on Disney Plus, and we have the Netflix Marvel series on Disney Plus, I'm curious to see if they're going to go in the route of the Netflix series. Very curious. But seeing Charlie Cox come back in Spider-Man No Way Home, I was very interested to see him, and I think he did a really nice spot, but it clearly is not the same Daredevil that we saw in the Netflix series, and this is not the same Kingpin as the Netflix one. So, curious to see what they're going to do with Daredevil Born Again. Not sure about the title, but I have faith. Slowly. Only because the series haven't been that great. Besides WandaVision and Miss Marvel, those are the only two Disney Plus shows that I've really been all in on. Not really loving the 6 episode series on Disney Plus. It's not very. I'm not. I wish they were a little bit longer. So it's going to be curious to see what they're going to do with Daredevil. And then Phase 5 will end with the Thunderbolts on July 6th, 2024 in theaters. That's going to be very interesting to see. A lot of people have already thrown out their little things about who is going to be in the Thunderbolts. We got Zemo, we got Florence Pugh. Maybe we have Elaine from Seinfeld coming into Thunderbolts. That's going to be very interesting. So, like I said, not really well versed in the comic book area, so I'm not sure who is originally part of the Thunderbolts, but that's going to be very interesting to see in theaters. A lot of people, that was set off a couple weeks ago. So no surprise there. Just glad that we got a release date, and apparently that will end Phase 5. Now going into Phase 6. We got a plan for Phase 6, and this is very, very interesting. So we got November 8th, 2024, kicking off with Phase 6. Fantastic Four is kicking off Phase 6, November 8th, 2024. Curious, mostly because we already lost our director for this. John Watts was supposed to be the director for this film, but he dropped out, and apparently he's doing a Star Wars series now. So, speculation is Jim from The Office, John Krasinski, might be directing and starring as Mr. Fantastic. I don't think he is. I think he did a fine job in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but it wasn't what I expected. Curious to see what they're going to do with the Fantastic Four in this film. And this is where I'm going to probably detract a lot of people, but I actually had fun with the Tim Story Fantastic Four series with Chris Evans, Iowan Gruffin, Jessica Alba, Michael Chiklis. I enjoyed those Fantastic Four films. I thought they were a lot of fun, and I get why some people don't like them. I wasn't a fan of Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer, so I will throw my hat in with everybody on Fantastic Four too, but I was not. But I really enjoyed Fantastic Four, the Tim Story one. I still watch it from time to time. I enjoyed those films. I watched the first one more than the second one, but I still enjoyed those. I thought the casting was all right, even if a lot of people didn't like Jessica Alba as the Invincible Woman. I still enjoyed those films. Was not a big fan of the 2015 Fantastic Four. I liked the first half. The last half was just utter garbage. Yeah. Then I think this one ends Phase 6. The two Avenger movies that were just barely trademarked a couple days ago. Yeah, a couple days ago. Avengers Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars. Here's the thing what I don't get about this slate, because I know there's a video of Kevin Feige on stage doing his Kevin Feige isms. See, here's the thing. I don't know if these are spread out, or if they are ending, if they're going to be released back to back. But Phase 6, I think, ends with the two Avenger films, Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Curious to see how they're going to be very curious to see how they're going to release it. Very, very curious, because I'm not sure if they're going to be releasing it a few months after. So I'm assuming that Kang Dynasty is going to be being released towards probably the end of April, beginning of May, and then Secret Wars towards the end of Secret Wars towards the end of 2025. So that's going to be very curious to see what they're going to do. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with Avengers Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars. I'm not sure how they're going to release it. I know there's a video of Kevin Feige doing his Kevin Feige isms. Sorry if I repeated that, but I haven't seen that video just yet. Maybe I should have seen it, but I'm just going to assume that Kang Dynasty comes out in April or May, and then Avengers Secret War ends in end of December. So towards the end of December, which is curious, which is interesting. If that's what they're going to do, release two Avenger movies in the same year, because that has never been done. We had Avengers Infinity War being released at the end of April, and then Avengers Endgame at the end of April 2020, 2019, respectively. So it's going to be curious to see how they're going to release those two things. I probably am going to watch that video just so I can get like a little idea, but that's my prediction. Kang Dynasty in April of 2025, and then Avengers Secret Wars in December of 2025. I think that's how long the Avatar films are going to be running. So, curious to see what they're going to do with that. Another one that I missed, my bad for missing this, but where is it? Blade release date. Where's the Blade release date? Hold up, let me scroll up. Because I think that one's coming out in November of 2023. Hold up. Hold up. Let's see. 3 years ago we were here, and it's been hell of a time since we got there. Okay, so we had trailers for Ant-Man, Secret Invasion, and Guardians Volume 3. I did not watch the trailer for She-Hulk. Trying to stay as blind as I possibly can for that show. So I have not seen the trailer for that show. Ant-Man and the Wasp, kicking off Phase 5. Guardians, Marvel's Secret Invasion. I think I talked about that. Secret Invasion on Disney Plus is looking at a spring 2023. Blade, there it is. But other announcement, big date. Blade is the one that I missed out on, and I remembered it because I'm like, where's Blade in all this? But Blade is coming out in November 3rd, 2023. It would have been cool to have it in October for that horror release date. But seeing how we have Madam Web taking up the October date for 2023, I understand why they set it on in November 3rd. Curious to see what they're going to do with Blade. Love the choice of Mahershala Ali as Blade coming in and taking over the role in this reboot for Wesley Snipes. He was announced back in 2019 before the pandemic, so it's been in the works for a long while. I think the Five Bloods guy, I forgot his name, Delroy Lindo. Sorry if I mispronounced the name, but he is coming in this film. It was a really big shock when they announced Blade back in 2019 because I didn't think that they were ever going to do Blade. I didn't know who had the rights for Blade, but apparently it looks like Marvel does. So curious to see what they're going to do. As far as I know, Deadpool's the only one that is going to be rated R. I'm about to get into that one and another project, another MCU project. So Blade is coming out in November 3rd, 2023. That's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with the PG-13 rating. If anything, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness has shown us that you can do so much and get away with a PG-13 rating. So, very curious to see what the Daywalker is going to be doing in this film. Very curious about that. Not sure what's going to turn out, but I have faith. I have all the faith in Kevin Feige right now. So that is going to be very interesting to see. So we got Blade. We have Captain America, New World Order. We have Ironheart coming, Agatha, Daredevil, Born Again, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and the 2 new Avenger films, Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Now, the things that were not announced. Deadpool and X-Men. We already had our little taste of the X-Men. Well, in a different multiverse, but we had Patrick Stewart coming back as Xavier from the animated. I'm assuming it was the animated X-Men because that's the theme song that they played in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. And we have the theme song playing again, kind of synthesized in the end of Miss Marvel. So we know that Kamala Khan is a mutant. That was what it was implied. I thought she was going to be an Inhuman, So that looks like they're not going to be touching Inhumans. I think Doctor Strange of Multiverse of Madness was Kevin Feige giving the Inhumans the middle finger. Great scene, by the way. By the great, that was a great scene in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So it's going to be very interesting to see what we got going on in this film. So Blade, Thunderbolts, yeah, we're looking at X-Men and Deadpool probably at the end of 2026. Because if they stick around for this plan, if this is the release slate that they have going on, and they don't have any X-Men or Deadpool in around this, I'm not sure if it's going to be like what they've done in the past, where they've announced their slate, but then they started adding and switching dates around. So during before the pre-Avengers, pre-Infinity War Endgame era, we had a huge announcements, uh, but some things didn't work out. So we had I think Ant-Man was announced at the 2014 announcement. No, that was already announced because it was coming out. My bad. So we had Inhumans announced for 2018. That one got canceled, thank God. And then they squeezed in Spider-Man Homecoming because they didn't know if they were going to get Civil War. But then after the success of Ant-Man, they added Ant-Man and the Wasp, leading into Infinity War and Captain Marvel. So we've seen it in the past where they've added things and removed things. So curious to see if they're going to be um adding Deadpool in there somewhere or the X-Men. But after seeing this slate, so I'm assuming that those two Avenger movies aren't going to be released in 2025. I'm assuming one of them is. So I'm assuming that Kang Dynasty is going to be the first one to get released. So I'm assuming that one is going to be um, in April of 2025. That's what I'm assuming. And then Secret Wars a year later in April or May of 2026. I don't know where you squeeze in Deadpool or X-Men in between now and 2025. So I'm assuming it's gonna be a long ass time till we get X-Men and Deadpool. If they're not squeezed in any of these phases between now and 2025, I honestly don't know where you're going to be able to squeeze them. Uh, I honestly don't know. So we got okay. So let's go. Let's try to go in order here. So I'm just going to be sticking my nose in the movie side, the things that are going to be theatrical. So let's get started. So after the Marvels, we have Blade coming in a few months later, November 3rd, 2023. Okay. Then we have Captain America New World Order May 24th, 2023. Okay, so we got between May and from the looks of it, July 26th, 2024. So there might be a chance that we can squeeze in Deadpool. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. December, no, not December. July will be Deadpool. I think we're going to squeeze it. No, July is probably going to be X-Men. I'm assuming that's where you're going to squeeze in X-Men. Then we have um, Deadpool coming in May 2024. I'm going to. No, wait. My bad. Okay. Okay, yeah, no. Never mind. I just. Okay, so May 2024 after Blade. So after Blade, it's Captain America New World Order May 2024. And then a few months later, July 26, 2024, is going to be, in about 2 years, it's going to be Thunderbolts. That's going to end phase 5. Unless they extend it. Maybe. But I don't think they're going to extend it because Fantastic Four ends begin Fantastic Four kicks off phase 6 on November 8th, 2024. And then that will go towards the end of 2025. Yeah. There goes my theory. This is why I don't do theories. This is why I don't do theories. Because I suck at them. So, okay, so here we go. So, yeah. I'm going to be assuming if they don't switch up anything, and this is the slate that we're sticking with, we're not going to get Deadpool until 2026. We're not going to get X-Men until 2026, which is disappointing because I want a Deadpool movie now. We know that they're working on it very hard. The writers are in great control of the script. Ryan Reynolds is trying to give us updates. So yeah, so I guess 2026 and 2026 or 2027 is when we're going to get Deadpool and X-Men. We also don't have Eternals 2 or we don't have Eternals 2 or we don't have any Shang-Chi 2 in there. So it might be a while till we get those. I know a lot of people are disappointed because I really am curious to see what they're going to do with Arsham. So far we haven't had any hint that people know about Arsham. Not sure when Eternals takes place, but we're not getting Eternals 2. We're not getting Shang-Chi. We're not getting Deadpool. We're not getting X-Men until probably after Phase 6. So 2026 is when we're probably going to get Deadpool and the other ones. So disappointed we're not going to get Deadpool until almost 6-7 years after Deadpool 2. That's going to be hard. I hope they're able to squeeze him in a cameo somewhere. But yeah, I wanted to see Deadpool 2. I wanted to see Deadpool 3 and what they're going to do with the X. See, here's the thing that I don't understand. I'm not sure if they're going to be sticking to this slate, so I'm not sure what they're going to be doing later on in the road. But I'm not sure why introduce Kamala Khan as an X-Men, as a mutant, now, if they're not going to be touching X-Men for a long ass time. Yeah. Don't know what Kevin Feige has up his sleeve. I wish I was a fly on his wall. I wish I was a fly on his wall so we can know what he's thinking, what his plans are. But that's going to be shocking to a lot of people because I didn't catch it the first time until I catch it the second time that we're not getting X-Men until probably 2026, unless they like reshuffle things. We're not going to be getting any X-Men in there. But yeah, those are curious things to know because I thought Phase 4 was going to end with Fantastic Four, just like a lot of people. I thought that so Fantastic Four won't even come out until 5 years after it was announced. It was curious to see who's going to be directing. I know a lot of people want John Krasinski to direct Fantastic Four. Personally, kind of don't want him to. Curious to see what he's going to do with Imaginary Friends with Ryan Reynolds. I think Ryan Reynolds is in that one, and Steve Carell. But curious, because we already have a director for Deadpool. I don't know why I'm sticking on Deadpool too much when I'm supposed to be talking about about Phase 4 through 6, even though I already did. But we already have a director for Deadpool, which is Sean Levy. He's going to be reuniting with Ryan Reynolds after working 3 times with him. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, so if they're going to be sticking with this, I'm sticking so hard with Deadpool and X-Men because that's the one thing that's standing out to me. Like we are about a year, and as soon as Black Panther comes out, like that Thursday night, we're going to be a year away from Blade, November 3rd, 2023. So here, this is interesting, and I am having conflicting thoughts about what I think. Conflicting. Mostly because we don't know who's going to be in the Avenger movies. We don't know who's an Avenger, and who is not. So that's going to be interesting to see. So yeah, no Deadpool, no X-Men, no Shang-Chi 2, no Eternals 2. What else has come out since then? Just those two. Everything has been sequels since then. So, curious to see what they're going to do with Spider-Man 2. I know they announced the animated series to take place before Civil War. I think I heard Tom Holland's not coming back as Peter Parker to voice him. So I think Charlie Cox is coming back as Daredevil, Matt Murdock, in that animated series. So I'm very interested to see what they're going to do with all the series. Here's the thing. I have enjoyed the series up to a degree. I'm just really bummed out that there are only 6 episodes and everything feels rushed at the end of the series. So curious to see what they're going to do with Daredevil. It also looks like they're not going to be touching Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones. They're not going to be doing anything in that. Punisher isn't going to be touched, at least not right now. Not sure if they're going to be popping up in the Daredevil series, but I am interested to see what they're going to be doing with Daredevil Born Again. So those are my thoughts on the phase 4 through 6 lineup. That's going to be interesting to see. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but yeah. So we have a big thing coming up. So hopefully in D23 we are going to be able to get some more casting announcements, more release date announcements. Not sure if they're going to be bumping it up or moving things around. So those are my thoughts on phase 4 through 6. If you guys check out this video, leave me your thoughts down in the comments what you thought about this lineup. Go ahead and leave me those thoughts if you like this video or if you were able to see this live stream. Ryan, buddy, I am so sorry that I missed your message. I was just reading the news here. So I'm sorry, but I will get back to you on that. So if you guys watch this video, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button so you can check out more of my videos. Go ahead and check out the videos that I already have on the channel. I'm probably going to have my Black Panther Wakanda Forever reaction up later tonight or tomorrow morning. So look forward to that video, and thank you for joining me if you did. Until next time, my name is Josie. Have a good night.